Welcome to the stream, friends. Today we are playing another Stonemaier game, which this stream is sponsored by Stonemaier Games, so a huge thank you to them. Like I've said with all other of these live streams, I am working with Stonemaier Games over 2025, so I am doing, I believe, 6 different live streams. So far, I believe we've done 3 or 4 of them, and there's still 2 of them after this in the month of November and December, which I'm very excited about. But yes, we are going to be playing today a game called Stamp Swap, which this is one that I've had on my shelf of opportunity for a little bit, and I've been so excited to play it because it is a tile placement game. In the month of October, we as the Board Game Garden community have been focusing on tile placement games, and this is a tile placement game that I've been super excited to get to the table. So, we're going to get right into it. I am going to give you guys like a brief overview of how it plays, but this is the type of game that you kind of have to see it be played in order to fully understand. So I will most likely kind of give you guys a quick little overview, and then I'll explain the little things once we get into playing. Basically, in this game, you are going to a stamp convention, I think, and you're like gathering stamps for your collection, and you're trading stamps with other people at this convention, and then scoring your stamps based off of the tile placement. So you're kind of doing 3 rounds, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then at the end you have like a final show at the convention that you like do some final scoring, and that is the game. And yesterday when I was playing this, I think it took me maybe like 45 minutes to play. Let's get into this. I am gonna switch you guys to here. This is what Stamp Swap looks like. You have the main board here, and then we have our board over here, the Solo AI's board here. Basically, the Solo AI is just going to be collecting stamps, and then based off of what they want and what they don't want, we're going to be kind of putting them into different categories, and then they're going to score for the stamps in each of these different boxes, depending on a card that gets flipped at the end. So, like all of the stamps in this area here might be 6 victory points each. All of these will be 9 victory points, 6 victory points, 2 victory points, and then some of these down here will also be worth victory points as well. But yes, the AI has kind of 3 different decks that we're going to be using. These cards here are going to determine the stamps that we're going to be collecting in the collection phase. So we're going to be flipping over 2 cards for that. They also have their scoring cards, because basically in this game we are going to be playing, like I said, over 3 days or 3 rounds. And each round I'm going to be choosing one of these 4 objectives to score. And once I have scored that objective, I can no longer score that one. So it's really an optimization puzzle of what objective do I want to score now that I feel like I won't get a ton more later in the game, and what one do I want to hold off because I feel like I can get more for that scoring parameter later in the game. So yes, we have the 4 of the scoring objectives here. The yellow one is actually connected to which of the AI boards we use. So basically this is the AI board that I chose, and it says solo mode. And then with this Solo AI board, we are either going to choose the yellow objective number 20 or 23. So we have yellow objective 20 here. And that's just because this is going to determine the things that the AI prioritizes. So with our AI here, they are going to prioritize the rectangle stamps. So that is going to be this size stamp right here, if you guys can see. But there's also these ones here, and I do believe that they prioritize these, but you guys will see that some of them are going to be 1 long stamp, and some of them are going to be like this, where it's 2 individual stamps. They are not going to prioritize these ones, only the ones that are 1 long stamp, like this one here, which this one's actually a special stamp. Like I said, we're going to be playing this game over 3 days or 3 rounds, and in each round we are going to collect. So that is determining the stamps that are in my area and the stamps that are in the AI's area. We are then going to kind of break our groupings or our stamps into groupings. And then we're going to choose from those. The AI is going to choose one of my groups. I'm going to choose one of the AI's groups. And that is the swap kind of phase. And then we have the show phase. So the show phase is placing out all of your stamps onto your board. The AI is going to place out their stamps very different. And then we are going to score one of the 4 objectives, and then we'll move on to the next round. So super easy, just 3 phases each round. And then there is an extra phase in the last round, which is the final show, where we are going to score for forever stamps, which are these little tiny teeny weeny stamps here. These can be used to fill in little tiny spaces, which are really helpful. And whoever has the most forever stamps at the end of the game is going to get 10 victory points. Second most is 6 victory points, and third most is 3 victory points. There is an imaginary third player that has 3 stamps, 3 of the forever stamps. So if I can get more than that, if the AI gets more than that, then we are going to be ordered in a specific order based off of how many of those we have at the end of the game. We're going to get victory points for the kind of values on our stamps, which I'll go through. We're also going to get victory points for our specialists, and we're going to get victory points for our kind of final show. So this is going to be the final objective that I'm going to be working towards. And this is perfect corners. Perfect corners basically just means that there's 4 stamps that all in one corner have 4 corners in that one connection. That probably makes no sense. I'll explain it better once I start placing out my stamps. But yes, with that being said, we're going to get right into it, and I'll kind of explain each of the different phases as we go through. So the first phase is going to be collect. I'm going to flip over one of these cards, and this is going to determine the different tiles or stamps that the AI are going to put into their piles. So they're going to have one of these stamps here. They're going to have a specialist card face up, which these are going to be 2 victory points at the end of the game, and it also gives you an ongoing ability. So that's going to go there, and then they're going to do another one of these. That's going to go here. And then for their second here, they're going to put one face down tile and one face up of the big squares. So they have a small pile and they have a large pile there. And then I'm going to flip over a second card, and those are going to be the stamps that I have in my area. So we're going to do one of these face up. Oh, snap. This is a fancy rare stamp. So there are going to be some of these fancy rare stamps. The AI will place them here. I'll be able to place it on here, and they're no color or no theme, because all of the stamps are broken up into 5 different themes as well as 5 different colors. But these ones are kind of in their own group. So we have a face up one of those. We have a face up one of these. We have a face down one of these. Another face down one of these. A face up small square. Oh, it's a puppy. And one of the forever stamps. Okay. So these are all of the stamps that I have in my area here. These are all the stamps that the AI has in their area here. And that is the collection phase. Additionally, I will say that there's a few different ways to play the game, but there's like a tutorial version of the game where the AI doesn't collect any stamps, and you basically just have to beat a certain score based off of the level that you're playing, which, by the way, I am playing level 1. You can play level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 1's the easiest, level 2's medium, level 3 is hard. But you can also, instead of playing the tutorial mode, you can play the full mode where the AI is collecting their stamps over here, and you additionally get this kind of additional thing here on the second card. So this is more to see. So reveal one of Pinzetta's face down stamps. Okay, well, they only have one, which is this one. So they're going to reveal that one there. So that is that. If you were playing the tutorial mode, this or introduction mode, you wouldn't use that kind of additional thing there. So that is everything for the collection phase. So we're going to move on to the swap phase. This is when we are going to kind of appraise each of the piles, which this is, I will say, the most like complicated of it, but it's really not that complicated. Basically what we're going to do is there is a appraisal card here, and this is going to kind of determine what things the AI is going to prioritize. So you're going to go through and you're going to add these appraisal tokens to each of the stamps, and then you're going to kind of separate things into piles. So Pinzetta appraises your stuff first. So if there's ever any of the rare stamps, obviously the AI is going to want your rare stamps. So rare stamps are going to 1, 2, 3, 4, get 4 of these. We're just going to place them here. And then you're going to go through any of the face down tiles. Obviously the AI doesn't know what those are, so they're not going to get appraised, but any face up ones they're going to appraise. This is not a shape that they want, so nothing's going to happen with that one. They don't really care about that one. These two are face down. They don't care about those. This one here is face up and it is a square. They don't care about squares. And then a forever stamp gets 1. Additionally, if the size is what they want, so the AI does want the rectangle shaped stamps. This one is a rare one, so I don't think that counts. You just have the 4 on there. But basically you're going to go through each of the cards, and forever stamps are going to get 1 appraisal token. Rare stamps are going to get 4. And then all other stamps, so any that are not matching the shape that they want, and also ones that are face down, they're not going to get anything. If the stamp is worth 2 or 3, because you guys will see the stamps have different values on them. So this one is just a 1, and then there's a value, or there's no value on this stamp here. That is a canceled stamp. So that one doesn't have a value on it, so it's kind of worthless in a way. But we will be scoring for canceled stamps at some point, so you do still want them. But this one here, nothing. But if we had any stamps that had a 2 or a 3 on them, those would get a 1. And then you will also look to see if there's any sizes that the AI prioritizes. There is not, so they don't get any. If there was any of the size, you would add 2 of the appraisal tokens. So that is everything there. I've appraised everything, and I'm going to reserve 1 item from my area here. And unfortunately, I could not reserve a rare stamp, which kind of sucks, but you cannot reserve rare stamps. There is a specialist card that allows you to do that, which is really nice. But I am going to look at these because you can look at the upside down ones or the face down ones. We do have a flower here, which I will mention that I do have an exhibitor card here that I score for all flower stamps. I get 1 victory point per flower stamp that I have at the end of each round. So I might actually want to grab this flower stamp because I am trying to also get sets of themes as well. Or I could grab the forever stamp. I feel like the forever stamps are pretty helpful. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'm going to grab the forever stamp. So that goes back. I'm going to put that into my reserve. So I did reserve 1 tile. And then what is going to happen here is I am going to cut them into like 2 groups. And to be honest, I'm probably going to just do this. So the AI is probably going to take this. I might as well do that because they're most likely going to take that. And I get more stamps, which is nice. So I'm going to get 4 stamps. They're going to do this. But you guys will see in a second that the AI is going to flip a card from the decision deck. And the decision deck is kind of going to change things a little bit. So this is my 2 kind of stacks here, or my piles. We are going to flip one of these cards Boom. And we're just going to be looking at the top here. Some of them are going to have nothing. Some of them are going to have 3, 1. There is one that has 4. And this is that the AI is going to take away 2 of these tokens. I will say if they did flip this one that got rid of all 4, both piles would be worth the same because neither of them have any appraisal tokens. If that was the case, then the AI will take the biggest group. But because there are still 2 of these appraisal tokens on this group, the AI is going to prioritize the one that has the most priority to them. So they're going to do this one. So the AI is going to get this fancy stamp, but that's okay because I get all of these stamps. Heck to the yeah, look at me go. We're then going to move on to this area here. We are going to again appraise what we have here, what the AI is going to want. And this is nothing. Any cards are going to be 1. This is nothing. They do want this. This right here is the shape that they want. They want one of the rectangles. So that is going to be 2 appraisal tokens. And then this one here has a 2. So what is that one? If it's a 2 or a 3, it is 1 token. So as right now, this group has a strength of 2. This group has a strength of 3. If there was a super large difference between the two, if there was 3 or more difference between the two, then they would like move things around to make it a little bit more equal. But this is fairly equal now, so then I get to choose one of the 2 groups. This one, I will say, is 2 because the large group automatically always gets 1 additional kind of power to it. FYI, in the solo, you have to split into 3 and 2. No. Are you serious? Oh, Paul's here. Hello, Paul. Welcome to the stream. How are you? How's it going? Do I really have to split it into 3 and 2? That's okay. I can give them something. I'll give them... Oh, I don't want to give them the dog. Because I did split it into 1 and 4, and I guess that is probably pretty unfair. I'll just give them this one. So they would have gotten this one, and this automatically goes into this section here because it is a shape that they don't prioritize, and it's a canceled stamp. So it doesn't have a value of 2 or 3. If it had a value of 2 or 3, it would go into this category, but it does not, so it's going to go into this category. So there we go. That's a bit more equal, I guess. Getting back to this, what pile do I want to prioritize? I will show you guys quickly. I believe it is this. These are the 4 different things that we are kind of trying to look to maybe get. So this is the second most abundant color, so I'm going to maybe try to get a lot of 2 colors. This is full sets of themes, so I'm trying to get one of each of the themes for a full set. The themes are on here again, so we have space, monuments, animals, flowers, and vehicles. So as of right now, I'm doing pretty good with that one. I have space, monument, vehicle, flower. I just need an animal. And then this is any rectangles, which I don't think this one counts as a rectangle because it's technically 2 square stamps. And then this one here is canceled stamps in groups of 2 or more. So I maybe want to connect these 2 together like that because this is a canceled stamp, this is a canceled stamp. So I'll maybe want to place those 2 beside each other. Okay, so those are those. And then, like I said, the perfect corner one, which I'll explain better after. All right, so let me zoom out. And I'm going to choose between these 2. Like I said, I do really want to get an animal, which we have here. So I'm actually going to take this one here. The AI is going to get this one. So I will say that they are going to get one of the shapes that they want, which is this. So that's going to go here because it is not a value of 2 or 3. If it was, it'd go there. So it goes here. This is a size that they don't care about, but it is a value of 2, so it is going to go here. And all of these are going to get discarded. I have a specialist card here, which is during the show phase, you may rotate new stamps into any orientation as you place them. Heck to the yes. So that's going to go here, and that's going to be my ongoing ability. Basically, what happens is you have to place stamps upright with the numbers being upright, but because of this specialist, now I can put them in any orientation that I would like, which is really nice. So we're going to place all of these into here. Those are the stamps that I'm going to get for this round. The AI has their stamps, and now we are going to move into the final phase of Friday, which is the show phase. Like I said, I am with my specialist going to be able to place my tiles in any orientation. So I'm going to zoom you guys in to specifically my area here, and we're going to be able to place out our stamps. So I have all of these. Like I said, I do want to keep in mind that I want to place my canceled stamps in groups of 2. And I do have, I believe, one of each theme right now, which is awesome. So I'm going to do, so this is already a group of 2, which is fantastic. This is not, but I could do here like that. So there's a group of 2 canceled stamps beside each other. That's going to get me victory points. And then I'm going to have another group of 2 here. I can also possibly create another group of 2 with this. Ooh, you know what I just remembered though? I really do want to have the perfect corners, which this is a good time to explain perfect corners. So perfect corners are going to be 4 stamps where all of their corners lead to one spot. So here is a perfect corner because we have the corner, the corner, the corner, and the corner. This here is not because it's corner, corner, off to the side, another corner, corner. If this was here, that would be a perfect corner, I believe, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 in kind of the same spot, in the same point. So I might actually do this instead, because then I might be able to create another 2 canceled stamps up here somewhere. I've created a perfect corner, which is good. Maybe I do this anyways, or maybe I don't do that. Maybe I just suck it up and do that. So that is everything for the placement of my tiles here. That is everything. We are then going to go into some scoring for this show phase. So the first thing is I'm going to score for all of my exhibitor cards here, which you can get more, but as of right now, I just have a built-in one here on my board, which is I get 1 victory point per flower stamp that I have. Unfortunately, I only have 1 thus far, so I do get 1 victory point. That was weird. My voice just went funny. I get 1 victory point, so we're going to go here. And then I am also going to get victory points based off of one of the 4 objectives here. I'm going to score my second most abundant, so I'm going to take one of my tickets here. I'm going to place it here, and I'm going to get 8 victory points. So I'm going to go up to 9 victory points there. That is everything for my scoring. So moving on to the AI, like I said, the AI is going to score for these as well. We're going to flip over one of their 4 scoring cards. They are going to score for the green canceled stamp scoring. So we are going to look at what scoring card that we have here. Bottom corner is number 10. So we're going to look here. Number 10, level 1 on Friday is number 10, Friday. So it's 7 times 1. So they're going to gain 7 victory points. So they are at 7. So that is everything for their scoring, which actually I will put that over here. And I don't think they get any more victory points other than that. I am going to place one of their tickets here. There we go. And then that is everything for Friday. We're going to do that. We're just going to do that 2 more times, Saturday and Sunday, and then that'll be the game. So let's move on to Saturday. All right, so starting with the collection phase, like I said, we're going to flip over one card here. This is going to determine the 2 piles for the AI. So they are going to have one face up square. They're going to have one face down large square. And they're going to have one of the forever stamps. That is their large pile. Then their small pile is going to be one face up rectangle and one face up large square. So that is going to be their small pile, their large pile. That is for them. And then we are going to flip over a second card. This is going to be my reserve here. So they're going to have one face up of one of these. And then they're going to have 2 face down rectangles, one face up of the long ones, and one face down square, and one face up square. Here we go. So those are the 6 of mine. All right, so that is everything for my stamps here. I do additionally do this here, which is Stamps Forever. Add 2 forever stamps from the supply to your daily collection. Then cutting none of your piles, or when cutting, none of your piles can have 2 plus more forever stamps than the other. Okay. So I just have to make sure that when I cut my 2 piles, each pile has a forever stamp. All right. So that is that. That is everything for the collection phase. So we're going to move into the swap phase. Let me zoom you guys in, and we are going to do the appraisal. So we're going to go through and appraise my stamps here. The AI does want these shapes, so we are going to place 2 on each of those. They don't care about this one. Don't care, don't care. 1 appraisal token on each of the forever stamps. And then this one here is the correct shape that they want. It is a rectangle, but it is also a 3. So it's going to get 1 for being a 2 or a 3, and then it's going to get 2 more for being the tile that they want. So this guy here does have quite a few tokens on him. So that is the appraisal for my tokens here, or my stamps, and I am going to split these into 2 groups. So I do have to have 1 of each of the forever tokens in each of these groups. Might as well split these 2. What is this? This one's a 3. That's kind of nice. So I'll put that there, put that here. I do need, let's keep in mind, I do need another flower, and I do need another space. So this one's a space here. I also wouldn't mind another canceled stamp, so that's nice. Or any of these flowers. This one's a flower, so let me add that to this grouping. This one here is not anything good, so I'm going to add it to this group here. Let me split up these groups. So this is one group. And do I want to give them this one? I feel like that's kind of crazy. Maybe I do really want this pile though, because this would be really nice. Because I would get a 3 stamp. I'd also get a space which I need. I will also get a flower which I need. So this here I would really love. And am I willing to give them a really good stamp that they really want for that? I think so. I think I'm good with this. So this is the 2 piles here. Hopefully you guys can kind of see the piles with the appraisal tokens. These are the 2 piles, and we are going to see what the AI decides to do. Oh yeah, don't forget to reserve 1. I always forget. Before we do this, I do need to reserve 1 for myself. I think I'm fine with that. I'm going to reserve this rosemary stamp, actually. So we have this group. We have this group. Okay. And then, let's see their decision. They are going to boom, not get rid of anything. Wow, nothing there. So they're going to take this grouping here, which has a heck of a lot more of those appraisal tokens. So they did take the one that I wanted them to take. Unfortunately, this is going to go here. This is something that they do want, but it's a canceled stamp, so it's going to go there. This is a negative or faded stamp, so that's going to go here. And then they also got a second forever stamp, which is fine with me because I'm also getting a second one. So I get these ones that I did in fact want, which is good. And then we're going to move over to their stamps. So we're going to appraise all of theirs. This is a size that they don't care for, but it is a 2 or a 3. So that's going to have 1 on it. This is a face down square. They don't want that. It's face down. I don't know what it is. This is a forever stamp, so that's going to get 1. This is a size that the AI wants. So that's going to get them 2 there. And then this here is nothing, because it's not a 2 or 3, and it's not a size stamp that they want. So this is a pretty equal one. We have 2 versus 3, so nothing's going to happen. No changes are going to be made. I am obviously going to take this one here, because that will get me a second forever stamp. It will also get me a 3 stamp, which is great. And heck yeah, we got a rare stamp. And I love that all of the rare stamps have chocolates on them. It's the best thing ever. So, ooh, rare, fancy stamp. Then the AI is going to get this here. Again, this is a size that they do want. And then this one is not a size, and it's a 1, so it's going to go there. That is their layout. And then we're going to move into, again, the show phase. So this is when I'm going to be able to place out my stamps. We're going to have to think about which one of these I am going to score. I'm going to try to do, again, another perfect. I do need to keep in mind that I also want to do my canceled stamps. It's like I could, because of my specialist, I can place this sideways. Typically you wouldn't be able to. But I can do that, because that will create another set of 2 canceled stamps. And then I might actually place this here, like so, because that is going to, oh, never mind, just kidding, it's not going to. I thought it would, but it's not. Oh wait, it is going to. If I place this here, that will create a perfect corner here, because we have a corner, 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 corner. And the forever stamps do count as stamps. So we got that there. And then, so we have 3 sets of canceled stamps, 3 sets of 2. Let's see if I can create another perfect corner here. We got another perfect corner, and then we'll do another perfect corner. So as of right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 perfect corners. I guess it doesn't really matter where I put this one. This might be a start of another set of 2 canceled stamps. If I put it here, that's not going to work. I need to kind of keep it away from the other ones. So maybe I put it here, because then I might be able to make another set of perfect corners. All right, there is my beautiful collection of stamps. That is everything there. So we're going to go, oh wait, I got one of these. I forgot about this. What do I want to do with this? Do I just want to put all of my forever stamps like together? Because then if I get another forever stamp, I can place it there, and then that will be another perfect corner. And then if I'm able to put like a square here, that'd be another perfect corner and another perfect corner. We'll see. I'll put it there. That is everything for my placement of my stamps. We're going to go into the scoring. So exhibitor card, I get 1 victory point per flower stamp that I have. I unfortunately only have 2 flower stamps, so I'm going to get 2 victory points. And then we are going to decide which one I'm going to score here. So for the 4 different scoring cards here, I can't score this one again, which is fine. If I did the themed sets right now, I would have 2 of them. So I would get 2 times 9, I'd get 18 victory points. If I wait though, I currently have 3 animals. I have 3 vehicles. I have 3 monuments. The only ones that I would need additional ones of is I'd need another flower and another space. Flower and space. Could I do that and score that at the end? I think probably. Get another 9 victory points. Any rectangles, this one I think is going to be the one that I'm just not going to score. Because currently right now I only have 1 rectangle. I'm kind of allowing the AI to get all of the rectangles, which is not great, because that's what they want. But I think that's going to be the one that I don't score, because you're going to only score 3 out of the 4 here. So now I need to decide if I want to do sets of canceled stamps or if I want to do sets. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the canceled stamps right now, because canceled stamps at the end of the game are not worth anything. So it's kind of stupid of me to continue into the 3rd round, still trying to collect canceled stamps, because they're not going to get me any victory points, whereas the ones that have the 1, 2, and 3 on them, those are going to be victory points at the end of the game. So right now, I'm going to get 5 victory points for every group of 2 or more of my canceled stamps. So I have 1 group of 2, 2 group, 3 group. So I get 15 victory points. Do I think that's good? I think that's good. 15 victory points, or I could score themed sets right now, get 18 victory points, and possibly get... No, I think I'm going to do canceled stamps now. So we're going to get 15 victory points for the 3 sets of 2 canceled stamps. So I'm going to place this here. That is going to get me 15 victory points, like I said. So I'm at 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or no, I was at 11. So I'm at 16. I'm at 26. That is everything for my scoring. As for the AI, we are going to again flip over one of their scoring. They are going to score for rectangles, and it is scoring card number 20. We are doing level 1, which they're going to get 9 victory points times 2 for being Saturday. So they're going to get 18 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 10. So they are at 25. Okay. So that is that. It is a very close game, I will say. But they are going to get quite a few victory points here, I will say. All right, so that is everything for Saturday. So we're going to move on to Sunday. We're going to first flip over to do the collection phase. We're going to create their 2 piles. So they're going to do 2 face up. There are the 2 stamps right now that I need, which is a flower and a science, or not science, space. They're also going to get 1 face up of the elongated. And then their small pile is going to be 1 face up square and 1 face down large square. So that is their 2 groups. Moving on to my 2 groups, or actually my 1 group that I'm going to split into 2. We have 1 face down rectangle, 1 face up rectangle, 1 face up elongated rectangle, which is a fancy rare stamp, and then 1 face down square, 1 face up square, and 1 forever stamp. Okay. Oh, snap. That's going to be interesting. I can look at my 2 face down ones here, which is an animal and a bus. So I do want, like I said, another flower and another space stamp, which is the ones here. So hopefully I can get this side, but it's not looking too promising. All right, so we're going to appraise the two sides like every other round. They are going to prioritize that. They are going to prioritize this. They are going to definitely prioritize the rare stamp. They don't care about this square, don't care about this square, and then one for this. Do I give them more freaking rectangles? That is my question. I don't really care about those. I would love to get this fancy stamp. So maybe I would also love to get this forever stamp. I also need to remember that I need to reserve one thing. Maybe it would be nice to have these squares, because then I can place them here and here to make some perfect squares. So maybe I'm going to take the cat. I'm going to reserve the cat. So then we have a group of 4, a group of 5. Okay. We're going to shuffle these up, and I'm really going to hope that they are going to get rid of some of these appraisal tokens, because then this will end up being the one that they want, and then I'll be able to get this one. I'm actually going to be so sad if they take this one. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be so sad. We're going to shuffle these up, and boom. Yes! Thank goodness. So they are going to take away 2 of these tokens from the side that has the most appraisal tokens. So it ends up being 3 versus 4. So the AI is going to take these 2, which really is not great because they're getting a lot of their rectangles. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll still win. I promise. I do get this here. So I'm going to get these into here, which is great. I'm going to get a lot of victory points for my perfect corners. And then we are going to appraise this side here. So this actually might be the first time that I'm going to have to do some zhuzhing of their piles to make it more equal, and you guys will see how that works. So this is the size that they want. So that is 2. Plus it's a 2, so it gets another one. This is the size that they want, so that's going to get 2. And then this is one that they don't care about. And then they don't care about either of these, which is crazy. So very unequal here. So what's going to happen is we are going to take from the side that has the most appraisal tokens. We're going to take the stamp that has the most. That is going to get moved over. And then the one that has the least in the small pile is going to get moved over. Obviously, they're both the same. So this is just going to move over to here, the furthest to the left. And they are now perfectly equal piles, 3 versus 3, and I get to choose between the 2. Obviously, I don't know what this face down stamp is here. This is going to get them a lot of victory points. It's going to be added into their big money pile. But this is going to get me the 2 stamps that I really want to be able to complete my 3rd set, which is a flower and space. But I could take this and hope that this is a space one, because this is a flower here. I don't know. Should we risk it, or should we have like a solid? This would also get me another one because this is a flower too. So maybe I just play it safe. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to take this side here, which is going to give me the space stamp that I need, the flower stamp that I need. It's also going to get me another flower stamp, which is great. We're going to place those here. The AI is going to get a tile. That's going to get them lots of victory points because that's going to go into here. And this is... it's a space one. I should have known. And it's also a 3 victory point space one, so that's going to go there. Dang it! I actually hate that, you know? Really, really hate that. Oh, I will also mention the AI should have placed that up there. Okay. So that is everything for the swap phase. We're gonna zoom you guys into my board, and we're gonna get into the last show phase of the game, which is me placing out all of these stamps, which I already know that I want to place. Hey, stop it. I already know I want to place this here, because that's going to create another perfect corner. We are going to place frog and cat. That's going to again create another perfect corner here, another perfect corner here. I am then going to place space up here, another perfect corner, and then I'll place this here to create another perfect corner. And then I don't think I'm going to be able to place this to get another perfect corner, but that is fine. I'll just place this. All right. Oh, and I do have my special stamp, which actually that does mean that I'm going to be able to create another perfect corner. So I'll be able to do here, and I'll place this one here to create another perfect corner. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 perfect corners, I think. I'm going to have to count that, but I think I have about 9 perfect corners right now, which is pretty freaking awesome. So that is everything there for me. We are going to then go into scoring. So I'm going to gain 1 victory point per flower stamp that I have. Let me zoom you guys out so you can see me get the victory points. So I have now 1, 2, 3, 4 flowers. 4 flowers, so I get 4 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then I am going to score for, which one did I decide to do? My sets. So I'm going to score for my sets. This is going to get me, I believe, 27 victory points, because I have at least 3 of every. I have 4 flowers. I have a lot more than that in animals. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 animals. I have a lot of animals, holy. And then I think the one that I have the least of is the space, because I have 3 space. I have 1, 2, 3 monuments. Oh, so I also only have 3 monuments. And then I have 1, 2, 3. Oh, I only have 3 vehicles as well. Okay, so I have 3 groups for theme. I have all 5 themes, set of 3, so I'm going to get 27 victory points there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 20. I'm at 37, 57. Then I'm going to add this to here, so I have 57 currently. Okay, so that's everything there for me with my final showing, or sorry, my third phase showing. And the AI is going to score for their third thing. They're going to score for theme. So they're going to place on theme as well. And they're going to get, we are doing 4. So they're going to get 8 victory points times 3 because it's Sunday. So 8 times 3 is 24. So they're going to get 24 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are at 29. They're at 49. So they're just on my tail, which is a little bit scary. And then we're going to go into the final show. So what's going to happen here is there is a handy dandy end of game final scoring here. So the final show is basically just final scoring. So what's going to happen here is the AI is going to get minus victory points based off of the level that you're playing. So if you're playing level 1, the AI is going to minus 20 points. Level 2 is minus 10. Level 3 is they don't minus anything. So I am playing on level 1, so I'm going to get minus 20. So they're at 49. They're going to go back to 29, which might seem a little bit crazy, but they do get quite a bit of victory points for what is on their mat here. And then we're going to score 4 forever stamps. I have 4 forever stamps. The imaginary player has 3, and then the AI has 2. So I am going to gain 10 victory points. So I am at 67. The AI is going to get 1, 2, 3. The imaginary player would get 6 victory points. So that is how that works. We are then going to count up our stamp values, I believe. Well, I'm going to count up my stamp values. So I am going to gain 10, 18, 19, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So I'm going to gain 30 victory points. So I'm going to go from 17, did I say 30? 30 victory points? 17 to 47. Okay. So those are all of my stamps here. I am also going to gain victory points for my specialist cards. So I do have 1 specialist card. That is going to get me 2 victory points. 1, 2. I think that is everything for mine aside from my final contest card. So this is my perfect corners that I was talking about. And like I said, I do believe I have 9. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I actually have 10. So 10 times 4, holy, I'm going to get 40 victory points. 40 victory points. So if I was at 50, I'd go here, minus 1. So I'm at 139. Heck yeah. Okay, so that is everything for my scoring. The last thing that we're going to do is we are going to figure out what the AI is scoring. All right, so what's going to happen next is we are going to draw one of Panizia's, I think that's how you say it. We're going to draw one of the AI's decision cards, and this is going to determine the scoring for each of their stamps. So we're going to flip this over, and they're going to score victory points based off of this. So every stamp that they have in this area here is going to get them 6 victory points. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 6. They're going to get 30 victory points there. 32 plus 30 is 60. 1, 2. Their stamps there. I might have actually lost. No, because I double lapped them because they're only at 62 right now. So they're going to have to lap me and then make it to there. Okay, I think I should be good, but we will see. This section here is each stamp is worth 8 victory points. So they're going to get 16 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 28. Every stamp in this category here is going to be worth 4 victory points each. So they get 8 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Every stamp here is 3 victory points. 3, 6, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then stamps here are 2 victory points. 1, 2 plus the like amount on the stamp. So this one is going to get them 12. So 1, 2 plus 10 here. So that is their fancy stamp. And then each of their forever tokens are going to get them 2 victory points each. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There is the final score for my game of Stamp Swap. I feel like I did a lot better this time than I did yesterday. When I played yesterday, I literally, I think I beat the AI by 2 victory points. I think we were like over here somewhere. I think I got 110, which the AI, by the way, is up here with me. I think I got like 110 and the AI got 108. Now the AI has 113. I have 139, which is very good. I feel like I did pretty good this time. And I feel like this would be around the time that I would maybe try to do level 2. See how I do there. I'd probably lose. But I feel like that's a good progression of being able to play the kind of level 1 a few times, master that, and then play the level 2 a few times, level or master that. I feel like level 2, level 3 will probably take a little bit longer to master, but that is everything for Stamp Swap, and those are my beautiful stamps. I do want to show off my beautiful stamps. Let me show you guys my board. This is my final stamp collection here. Absolutely gorgeous, absolutely stunning. But anyways, yeah, that is the game of Stamp Swap, and that is everything for today's stream. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I'm really interested to see how the multiplayer plays, but the solo really surprised me in this one, so I'm happy that I was able to play it. Again, a huge thank you to Stonemaier Games for working with me this year and for sponsoring today's stream. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's everything. Appreciate you all. Have a good weekend, and I will see you in the next video as well as another stream. Thanks, Jenna. Have a good night, everyone. Good night, everyone.